action. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
Here's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Counted for two. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved.
What a game. Cortez smacked to the left. That is gone.
Blanco Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Counting and a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors. And they...
Good afternoon and welcome back to another episode here of Talkin Sports from Luke Freer Motors in Brownsville. Thank you for joining us here again. Coming to you live on Real Sports Live from Luke Freer Motors. Freer Cadillac Buick GMC. Ruben Rodriguez here with you. Rudy Zemruba Jr. on the camera talking about today. A lot to get to. We'll be looking at softball kicking off yesterday. Also, first round of the girls basketball playoffs. We'll talk 6A all the way to through A. Also look at some soccer going on. Also, the final scores from the last game of the basketball season this year. A lot to get to. We'll start things off with some softball last night, opening day, kicking off. A lot of teams across the Rio Grande Valley, and specifically in the 5As, kicking off district action. One matchup we saw, Harlingen South taking on Brownsville Veterans Memorial, Lady Hawks, Lady Chargers. Lady Chargers picking up a 6-4 win, collecting 6 runs. 11 hits, no errors, 7 left on base for Harlingen South, 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors. 7 left on base, and his Brownsville Veterans Lady Chargers squad, a tough team in 32 5A, and a lot was predicted to go here in this district. Of course, Harlingen South and Donna North, who were in 32 6A, were not used to starting out district play right out the rip. They were in that 18 district, 32 6A. They had a couple non-district games before they moved them up. Before they moved up district play, but now for this team, you start off district play out right out of the gate, and it was against Brownsville Veterans Memorial, team who cemented themselves as one of the tough teams in 32 5A. A bit of a welcome party for Harlingen South. We'll talk about Brownsville Veterans, what they did. First and foremost, our Economy Awards Gold Player of the Game, Reggie Santibanez, 2 for 4 from the plate, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. It's Sel Rodriguez, Andrea Chapa did some damage too in the top of the 5th inning, back-to-back RBI doubles, bringing in Rodriguez and bringing in Chapa. Just an exciting performance here for Brownsville Veterans Memorial in this matchup again. And kudos across there to the mess, 4 runs, allowed 4 runs, 7 hits. Picked up 3 strikeouts in the process, led the way here for Brownsville Veterans Memorial on the defensive side. For Harlingen South, the Lady Hawks hit their own too. Lexi Sandoval pitching 5 innings, picked up 5 strikeouts. Lady Hawks had a rally sparking that bottom half of the 7th inning. We saw it was Emily Ruiz who got on base, and she was hit in by a 2 RBI double by Yesenia Perez. That was her third RBI in the game. But for both teams, it's a marathon, not a sprint. They'll take a pause in district play, as they'll have tournament play. Brownsville Veterans and Harlingen South will both be at the PSJ tournament this weekend. So a lot to look forward to. That exciting tournament play. We thank you for joining us here. If you're just tuning in, Ruben Rodriguez with you, Rudy Zemruba Jr. behind the camera. As we'll switch gears now, look at some basketball. Basketball, the big story going on, of course, here. The bi-district kicking off for girls basketball. We'll look at some of the scores. We saw we have 6A. Basketballs, we'll get that to you right at. We'll look at Region 4, what we saw so far. San Benito knocking off La Jolla. Will take on Laredo United in the area round. Wesco and Edinburgh North. Wesco picking up the win here. We'll be taking on San Antonio Brennan in the 2nd round. We get to see 2 how the playoff picture starts to form out in a sense. Wesco again will be moving on to the area round. We do see Los Fresnos also win against Edinburgh. Edinburgh got the win at home at the road in Los Fresnos. We'll be moving on to the area round as well. A lot of playoffs breaking in. We'll talk more about that in a couple moments. We'll switch over to 5A, what we've seen so far from them too. Look at the 6A here. So La Jolla and San Benito. San Benito picks up the win, 66-47. Brennan knocked off Del Rio, 68-28. Wesco knocked off Edinburgh, 50-23. Looking more in the Upper Valley. Edinburgh defeating Los Fresnos, 63-49. Ray Alexander and Harlan. Harlan getting the win, 79-42. Harlingen knocking off Mission 57-28. That's in the 6A ranks. So we look over at the 5A. Look at what we've seen so far. 5A, of course, a very dominant district, especially in 31 5A, with the likes of Edinburgh Velo, who had themselves a dominant performance throughout the regular season and going undefeated in district play. They knocked off Wesco East with these 75-25. They'll be taking on Flower Bluff, a tough team out of the Coastal Bend in the area around. And we saw Nixon and Flower Bluff. Of course, Flower Bluff knocked off Nixon out of 35A. Brownsville Veterans in Sherryline. It was Brownsville Vets who picked up the win on Monday night, 55-28. They'll be taking on Victoria East. Victoria East, of course, getting past Rio Grande City. The upper portion here, portion of the bracket, we'll look at that one. MacArthur knocking off Medina Valley. We'll be taking on Hayes in the by-district round. McCown Rowe gets past Bronzo Lopez. Will be facing off against Laredo Figueroa in the area round as well. Cal Memorial knocking off Harlingen South in the by-district. Will be taking on Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial in the area round. So we're seeing that playoff picture start to form more and more. So look at the 4As, what we saw. We know La Feria picked up a win over Soloso Midway, 55-42. Scores a pass off Hidalgo and Calallen. Calallen picks up a win 35-22 over Hidalgo. Somerset knocks off Orange Grove. Port Isabel knocks off Kingsville King. Or King knocks off Port Isabel, 57-45. And then we look at the other portion of the bracket. Ferry knocking off Soloso Midway, 55-42. On Bishop. Bishop gets the win 65-31. So Bishop will be taking on West Oso in the area round. La Feria going against Ingleside. Allen takes on Evo Jones, and Somerset will be taking on Kingsville King. That's in the 4A ranks. We look at the 3A. 3A, of course, a very competitive district in the girls' side. Rio Hondo gets the win over Idea. 96-20 will be taking on San Diego in the area round. Of course, San Diego got past Mathis in a thriller, 48-45. Idea College Prep takes on Idea Westago. That one's still be determined. They'll be playing that one later on. Banquete and Goliad. Goliad beats the winner over Banquete. We'll wait the winner of Idea Westago Pike and Idea College Prep. Look at other matchups here. Progresso got past Idea. That was Idea Donna. 49-25, they'll be taking on London. London, who gone past George West. And this pass taking on Santa Gertrudis Academy. Pass gets the win, and Lyford, of course, advances on down the area, picking up a win against Idea Far. So again, Valley teams in the area round in 3A. Lyford versus Aranza Pass. Progresso taking on London. Rio Hondo taking on San Diego. Those two teams again. One more team expected out of the Idea schools. Idea College Prep taking on Idea Wesco Pike. That one's still to be determined. They'll be taking on Goliad in the area rounds. We'll move on down to 2A. We'll see what we've seen in 2A, another very competitive area in the Valley. Kennedy knocking off Santa Maria. 53-49. Kennedy moving on the area round. Will take on Falls City. Fremont gets past Port Aransas, 45-34. We'll be taking on Harper. Harper, who knocked off Stockdale, 50-20. Skidmore Tinian takes on Coffer and gets the win, 66-33. Mason will be the next opponent for Skidmore Tinian. After Charlotte got past, or Mason got past Charlotte, 62-42. And last but not least, we look at the 1As. Still to be determined, a couple of these matchups. Mullen County getting past Leakey. Pettis knocked off Bays. And DeHanis gets past Samperlee to 61-51. So DeHanis will now take on Moulton. That will be in the area round. Of course, we saw McMullen County picking up a win as well. We're reading these as they're coming in the scores, but those are the every round matchups we're running by soon. We'll take a quick break and be back with more after this here on Talkin Sports with Luke Career Motors. Free Cadillac Butte. Official auto dealer, Real Sports Live. Don't go anywhere.
Your RGV Vipers are back. Don't miss out on all the action this season at Bert Ogden Arena as we take on South Bay Lakers on Wednesday, February 22nd and Thursday, February 23rd at 7 p.m. Purchase your tickets at www.rgvvipers.com or at the Bert Ogden Arena box office and watch the action live on Somos El Valle Channel 5.3, Cable 1241.
Sail the seas or see the sails. On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
We're the St. Joe Bloodhounds, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Ibanez Tortilleria, serving up freshly made in-house corn and flour tortillas since 1994. Try delicious menudo, tasty barbacoa, fresh tamales, tacos, variadas with juicy grilled chicken, and tender fajitas. On Mondays, buy one barbacoa taco and get one free if you mention that you're a Bloodhound fan. Located at 4726 Paredes Line Road, Brownsville, Texas. Open every day at 6:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. To order, contact 956-541-9594.
We're the Sanford Leader Lady Trojans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
We are the Wesco Panthers, and we are watching Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We're the Jubilee Titans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
We are Arlington Cardinal Basketball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hello from Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated Texas Education Agency district. A stands for Academic Excellence at Los Fresnos CISD, where pathways to secondary success are being built for students at the brand new Resaca Middle School campus. A stands for Academic Advancement at Los Fresnos High School, where the College Center provides a jump start on college and career readiness that includes advanced placement classes, dual enrollment options, CTE opportunities, and scholarship money. Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated and 7-time post-secondary readiness distinction district.
We are Edinburgh Bella, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Vizo!
At Harlingen CISD, college, career, community ready is more than just a saying. We've created 12 academies to provide students with access to fields of study that best fit their interests and passions. Within the 12 academies, there are 42 certifications that will aid students in getting a head start on a career upon graduation. Become HCISD proud and enroll today.
We are
Vikings, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Graduation time. Time to make some decisions. What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and or license ready to go to work, debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
We're at Denver High Basketball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
For quality care, contact Mesquite Home Health and Attendant Services today. In Brownsville at 594 Jose Marti Boulevard. Call today, 956-361-5558.
We here at Mesquite want to wish all local athletes good luck in today's game.
We're Harvest Christian Academy, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Would MMA leather next?
Back here to Talkin Sports from Luke Freer Motors, Cadillac Buick GMC. Fitting here, the Cadillac sign over us. Tony Lopez, the Cadillac manager here at Freer. Tony, how's it going?
It's going amazing, brother. How are you?
Now, of course, we were talking off the air, the new Lyric. They say they're going to be bringing them in soon. Just tell us about that.
You know, the Cadillac has a vision in 2030 to be 100% electric. And that's a 0-0-0 mentality. And the way they explain it is 0 emissions, 0 carbon footprint, and 0 accidents. So that means that we're going to be able to build a car, a product that's going to be able to reduce any kind of accidents happening, reduce traffic jams, and reduce all the emissions. So it's headed that way. 2030 is the year that it's going to be all completely done. So the Lyric's going to be kind of a prelude to all that.
Yeah, it's awesome too, because we see these other vehicle distributors. We see Ford, they're coming out with their electric,
Yes.
Chevy with their electric, GMC, and it's awesome to see now Cadillac jumping onto the electric train. And
Yes.
it's a start with the Lyric.
You know, Cadillac's always been known as the standard of the world, right? So whenever somebody spoke about Cadillac, it's been around for 120 years. They always looked at that as the standard of the world. So whenever you go to a nice hotel, you'd say, man, that's so nice. That's a Cadillac of hotels. Or that game, oh man, that stadium, that's the Cadillac of stadiums. So it's always been known for being that step above, right? So after 120 years, they started to kind of go forward to make sure they were ahead of the curve versus allowing somebody to be ahead and then catching up. So I love what they're doing. I think it's going to be a complete, a revamp of the brand, and the service is going to be great. They just announced, too, that they're going to be in partnership with all the EV gasoline stations. So that anxiety of, man, what if I run out of energy? Where do I stop? Is there going to be enough stations? That's going to be all gone. That was the only thing kind of having people a little bit hesitant about really investing in an EV. But we've already answered that by letting everybody know there's going to be over 100,000 stations or charge-up stations. So have that feeling gone, because now that's already been answered. So safety is there, luxury is there, and Cadillac standard.
Now, because we also see, too, again, you mentioned about the EV station. It's like your typical, like, obviously, I know there's like your Exxon, your Stripes, and the EV station would be the same case, except I know it's a lot cheaper. That's what I hear that.
It is cheaper for sure, and it's better for the environment. We know that. But we also are going to be having the ICE engines, which is the internal combustion engines, for a good 20 years still. We know that. So we're going to be able to oblige service for those customers who are still purchasing those vehicles and be able to service them well here at Luke Freer Motors, Cadillac, Buick GMC, as well as being ready and renovated to be able to handle the EV production too.
Yeah, because like it seems like I'm on the highway when I'm coming to school, going to work. You see a lot more electric vehicles out on the road, and then you start to hear things that I heard a couple of months back that state of New York, they're planning to go fully electric by 2035, so no more gasoline vehicles. But It's a start here, and then I knew it must have been a big news for you. What was just your reaction when you found out we're getting the lyrics here?
Yeah, it was. I was extremely ecstatic. Well, we're not just Cadillac, we're Buick GMC too. So GMC's got the Hummer, and so they've got the Sierra coming out, and we're going to have almost every Cadillac phase out eventually. So the Lyric is replacing the XT5. And then eventually the XT4 is going to be replaced with something, and the XT6 as well, and the Escalade. So they got a plan for everything. They even got another one called the Celeste Q, which the Celestiq or Celeste Q, however you want to pronounce it, it is Cadillac's dream EV for people who like to invest and personalize their cars. So a lot of people, thank goodness, are very successful and they run a great business or a great practice, and they want something that's them. So Cadillac developed a car that is going to be able to have you bring something that you hold dear, whether it's heirloom from a family, whether it's something you do, whether you're a professional basketball player or football player or baseball player, and literally choreograph the car to resemble everything of your liking. So if it's baseball, it's going to have your favorite bat, and then the wood is probably going to be Louisville Slugger wood, and just make it something absolutely spectacular. Now, it's going to be well worth the investment, but it's something for people to strive for. You know, I'd like to get a Celeste Q myself one day and be able to put something that I adore. One of my mom's pendants that, she left me when she passed. I like for the car to resemble that, or one of my little girls, something. So I like the fact that we're going that level. I think everybody is. But I love what Cadillac's vision is, and I'm hoping to be a part of it as long as possible to be able to see it come to fruition, because about 2035, we talked about that in New York. I know California is 2030. They want to be all electric. But Texas, that's where the electric is. That's where the vibe is. It's in Texas. We have Elon Musk here in Brownsville, Texas, who is amazing. And we went from being one of the poorest counties in the U.S., and now he made his homestead in Brownsville, and we don't even know where we're at now. But we also got Austin that's bringing in Tesla and productions and all kinds of assembly lines. So I think it's going to be all happening here in Texas. I'm excited about it.
Now, even then, you see that Tesla dealership that's right down the road.
It's great.
It's awesome just to see how the valley is going too. I know, and for the people who aren't ready to go electric, what's some of the deals we have here at Cadillac going on?
If you don't want to go electric, man, we've got amazing leases right now, and what they're doing on all the leases, whether it's an Escalade or a CT5 Blackwing, it doesn't matter what you lease. They have a thing called L&M. L&M means that they're going to take the taxes and not charge you for them. So in some cases, it's a $6,000 or $7,000 savings, and you're getting that via tax savings, so your payment's going to show it, and it gets a lot more people excited about coming in. But not just that, when you decide to trade it in about 2 years, you owe that much less. So that alone brings a lot of business to us. We have incentivized rates as low as 3.19 in 90% of our Cadillacs. So all this talk about the rates going up, it's a shorter term, but we have smaller rates available too.
And of course, we're nearing that part where we still see some of the new 2023 models start to roll in. What are just some other models we can expect to see here at the lots?
So you got the 2023 models coming out, and I think about another 2 or 3 months, all these Vision 2024 models are going to start coming out too. Sure no mind, I guarantee you, the Cadillac lineup coming out in the next 3 years is going to be extremely advanced. So there's this thing called the social, the business, and the personal, and it's Cadillac's 3 realms, right? Where they're investing in hovercraft, or not hovercraft, more drone kind of vehicles to take somebody individually to different events, from point A to point B. They have a thing for business where it's kind of like a van that pulls up and it's fully autonomous. So we'd be able to sit down and negotiate a business transaction or a celebration, and without worrying about, drinking and driving and all that stuff. It does everything for you. We even got the personal thing where you want to take the wife out. So it's an EV car that looks like a Wraith. The movie Wraith, I don't know if you saw that or not.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like this amazing car that is fully electric, and it's all autonomous, and all the screens in the inside can make you feel like you're anywhere you want in the world. So Cadillac is being exactly what they're known for, a step above. The Escalade means a step above. So that's what Cadillac is. It's truly a step above when it comes to convenience, luxury, and service. But the best thing is we make luxury affordable.
And also going back to the lyric, what you said about the personal vehicle,
the personal, yes,
yeah,
sir.
Awesome. Because they do say the car represents the driver, and now that you can actually mean that literally. I know things you love. I know you're a Cowboy fan. You expect to see some Cowboy stars on that car.
I didn't want to go there. I was trying to avoid that like the plague. But let's talk Cowboys for like 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds, right? We always have to, okay? Because I'm not mad. I'm a guy that I'm a pre-blogger, right? I should blog. I don't blog. I'm going to start. But, let's talk about Cowboys. And hopefully we have a better vision. We got a coach that's going to be more hands-on, which is what he wanted to do originally. We got a quarterback that has to prove himself. So, hey, man, we're not getting rid of Dak. We got him for 2 years, no matter what. So now he's motivated to really do well because now everybody's doubting him. And I think he's going to step up when he feels the doubt. And really, next year everybody's saying it's Super Bowl. For sure, almost guaranteed. I don't guarantee it, but I can promise you we're going to make a hell of a run.
Well, Dallas had a run, too, this year.
Great run.
And that's because they were in a roller coaster. And then also I will talk about my favorite game, the Christmas Eve game against Philadelphia. That one, I know that one was a wild one.
That was great. If Pollard wouldn't have gotten hurt, if I feel that Micah was missing a little bit, something was wrong with Micah. I feel that Zeke would have stepped up a little bit more. I feel that if number 7 would have hit Kittle when he was supposed to hit him and not miss him, if number 7 Diggs, I don't want to mention his name, would have caught the ball that hit him right in the number 7, things could have changed. But we understand that this rookie came in and showed our guy, our Dak Prescott, hey, you don't have to be in it for 9 years to finally develop. It's 9 months, and he was already kicking butt. So hopefully that motivates Dak. I'm not happy at all with him in any way, shape, or form. Hopefully he steps it up. I know he will, and I have confidence.
Now again, so you talk about also Super Bowl.
Great. Super Bowl was great. What a competitive. I was going for the Eagles, not because I ever will like the Eagles, but it would motivate the Cowboys to really step it up if they would have won. I think that it was a bad call, but I think it was a great game. So whether it's a bad call or not, they put themselves in that position. So you gotta reap what you sow. And so I think the fumble really caused more of the issue than the bad call. But it was a great Super Bowl for sure.
Now, I know, but going back to you said about Philadelphia, I guess you were rooting for them because it's a motivation sense for the Cowboys against same division NFC East.
Yes.
They were actually saying, too, when we go back to that, it was either going to be Dallas or Philly. One of those two teams was going to be representing the NFC, and it was Philly, and I could have been Dallas, too.
It could have been Dallas. I mean, we're 9 points. It wasn't even, it was 7 points. I apologize. 7 points. We 100% failure on Dak. There's no question whatsoever. He failed miserably. He did not live up to his contract. He took the money, but he didn't give it back when he didn't perform, which is unfortunate. If Dak is the man of the year that I know he is, I think he'll restructure his contract for us to be able to build better around him. He can't do it himself. He's not that guy. He's not a Patrick Mahomes. He's not an Aaron Rodgers. He's a Dak Prescott, and he's our Dak Prescott, but you need to reduce to produce, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because, again, going back to Super Bowl Sunday, I was watching with my family. Of course, I'm a Cowboy fan, so I was watching. They presented the Man of the Year award to Dak, and apparently all the Eagles fans were booing Dak when he got presented with the award.
Yeah.
And you go on in social media, it's the only time a Cowboy player will ever step a foot on the Super Bowl in the second pass.
It was great. The unfortunate truth is it wasn't just the Philly fans booing him. It was the KC fans as well, and the general football fans were booing him as well. He has not had a game that it's legendary. Not yet. He's had a game that has been good against bad teams, but he's never, ever stepped up. But what about the game against Tampa Bay? Well, we're talking about a Brady that was on his way out mentally before he even stepped foot in the field. But when it came up to playing a real team like the 49ers, all of a sudden, we had the defense. The stops were there. We just didn't have the capacity to figure out, hey, I need to have two options. And his first option would go away, and he was lost. He had his first option's gone. Okay, now he's just waiting to get sacked or throw an interception. I'm being hard on Dak. I do want him to quit. I do. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna support him if we keep him. It is what it is.
Yeah, because me, my dream goal was because Can McCarthy.
Sure.
Bring in McVay.
Yeah.
McVay, knowing him, would want to bring Taysom Hill because that's his son pretty much. And then go after Lamar Jackson.
I agree.
I doubt that.
I agree, but you got to understand the Lamar Jackson reason. This is my opinion, right? Lamar has played in 4 playoffs. Am I correct? 4? 3 or I believe 3 or 4. And he has laid an egg on all 3 of them or 4 of them, whichever it was. I think they saw as far as Lamar can take them and are not happy. So Lamar's a great quarterback, but Lamar wants a lot of money, and he deserves it. He puts his body through hell. But whether you think you deserve it or not isn't the stats, and numbers don't lie. And when it comes to the playoffs, he doesn't perform. So he got kind of a more spectacular Dak, if that makes any sense. And that's why I feel that Baltimore hasn't signed him.
Yeah, but going back to Dak, Dak's not a bad quarterback. He's not.
Well,
he has his moments.
He does. And Jerry does a good job building a team. He does. He just makes a bad choice on the most important part of the team, and that's a QB. I mean, who builds a better team? Come on. I mean, Romo had some of the greatest teams around him, but Romo's a choker. He's just naturally. I don't know how many times, and I have a video of Romo's 9 years where he's walking off the field and he's saying like the F word. Like you see him, like he just threw a interception, an F. Well, I got 9 of those in a row. So I don't want to say that we have a bad team. We got a great team. We just got to get the right quarterback, And so, man, I got excited about Brady retiring, and then I got excited about Aaron Rodgers because he's been known as a cowboy killer. But we didn't go that route, and so we got to support what we got.
And going back to Tom Brady, it was funny too because was it 2 weeks ago he announced he was retiring, and then but the funny thing was that I don't know if you got to see the video, he didn't take it. Normally when you see a retirement video, you see him with his family in the background, like, oh hi, like this is me, it's heartfelt.
That was lonely.
But he was just by himself. He's like, I'm retiring. Like he said it so calmly, so casually, and then. It was funny because no one believed it. No one believed, okay, we were on this road before.
Yeah.
And then a couple weeks later, he turns in his retirement paper, just confirming I don't know, it's a resignation letter, but his letter that says that he's officially gone. So.
No, you're right. Being a fellow 45er when it comes to age, as Tom Brady, I know when men become a certain age or men of a certain age, there's a time where God gives you all kinds of beautiful gifts. And there's a time where he takes them back. And he's in that limbo where gifts are being taken, and he sacrificed so much for the game, and he deserves to be called the GOAT for what he gave to the game. He gave everything. He even gave, in a sense, and I hate to say it bad, but he gave up his family for the game. And us as fans, yeah, it's great, but now the pinwheel stopped. Now what? The top has stopped spinning. Now what? So now he has to face the rest of his life at $375 million for broadcasting for the next 11 years. That it's going to be different because you're taking a guy that's like a thoroughbred racehorse and you put him out to pasture. He's still got the run in him.
Yeah.
So do I think that there's a chance that Tom Brady might get a call from somebody? I thought honestly, I said the best thing to do was put him 1 year with the 49ers. Right, and let Brock Purdy kind of learn from him for a year, and then have Brock take over. I mean, what better way to do it than that?
Guys, if you want to talk Cowboy football, you want to talk football in general, want to talk about Cadillac, Tony Lopez, any other final deals going on?
Yeah, final deals. We've got 2 22s left. We have 2 CT4 Black Wings. It came in late, and they're 2022s. Well, everybody's going up in price. Oh, it's a Black Wing. They're going $20,000 over MSRP. We are going down $5,000 per Black Wing. So if you like the Black Wing, I'm going to save you, and you lease it, I'm going to save you $5,000 in taxes. I'm going to save you $5,000 in discount, and I'm going to save you 2 months, no payments. So Black Wing CT4, the ultimate sports car, twin scroll, twin turbo monster, times 10, race inspired, luxury driven. You got to come get one for yourself. We got black and we got white.
So not too sure you can come on down and also get a test drive, no?
Oh, yeah, test drive. We test drive everybody. We believe in information overload. We want to give you enough information for you to go home and make a well-informed decision if you ever decide to buy. I promise you will.
Nice. Tony Lopez, Cadillac manager here at Freeway Cadillac Buick GMC. Back home after this. Tony, thank you, Randy.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Good man.
Back home after this, guys.
You got it. Take care.
see art, or create it. On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
We're the Mission Vets Lady Patriots, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Your RGV Vipers are back. Don't miss out on all the action this season at Burt Ogden Arena as we take on South Bay Lakers on Wednesday, February 22nd and Thursday, February 23rd at 7 p.m. Purchase your tickets at www.rgvvipers.com or at the Burt Ogden Arena box office and watch the action live on Somos El Valle Channel 5.3, Cable 1241.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Pioneer Basketball, and you're watching Real Sports Live. We're the Valley View Lady Tigers, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hija, tomorrow's your quinceañera. I need you to call your padrinos and tell them thank you for the salon, the tamales, the dress, el DJ.
Ay, Ama, you call them. I didn't even want a quinceañera in the first place. I would have preferred to have gone to Paris instead.
I will, fine. I'm gonna give you your surprise gift early.
Huh?
Guess what? You're going to Paris.
How?
Well, I've been saving mucho dinero all year in insurance thanks to Pronto Insurance.
Let's just get the quinceañera and go straight to Paris.
Call your padrinos right now.
Okay.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
We are the Edinburgh North Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live. We are Sharyland Basketball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Back here on Talking Sports and Free Cadillac Buick GMC. It wouldn't be your show. We had Tony Lopez from Cadillac, now Rudy Biturdeta from GMC. Just talk about some of the things going on here in GMC.
Thank you. So, man, it's really nice to just get back into the mix of things again. Start getting a lot of inventory, people. Come by and see us. You know, we've been fair to everybody throughout this whole pandemic deal, and things are only going to get better for y'all. I really don't want to talk about specials and what have you because, well, we all know how things have turned, but come give us a shot. You'll see what we got for y'all, man. A lot of Buicks in stock, a lot of GMCs in stock. I think we got like 4 AT, 4 X's in stock. Come see me. Come see our team. We're going to take great care of y'all, man. For real, we're here to serve our people, and we can't make it without y'all. So give us a shot, please.
Now, of course, we know we still have some of the 2023s still rolling in, so it means the 2022, some of them got to go. What are just some new vehicles coming in for y'all?
So as far as 2022s, we've been pretty fortunate, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're not the type that like to hang on to inventory. We're not in love with the inventory. We prefer the customers to be driving the car, and so if we have any, come pick it up. We're gonna give you a great deal, I promise you. And as far as 23s, we've got plenty in stock, both GMC, Buick, and Cadillac, of course. So come on, give us a shot.
Now, Tony was talking about the electric, the Lyric. Now I know the Hummer EV is going to be working its way here. When can people who are interested in the electric can expect that around the corner?
So they were talking about that vehicle should have been out, I think, 2 years ago, and it pushed off a year later due to the fact that, you know, the charging stations and what have you. Then it turned out to, well, it's going to be another year. We have a very special client. Actually, all of our clients are special. There's just one in particular. Actually, they're all the same. Whether they buy a $2,000 car or a $120,000 car. But he's been waiting for his, and then he's going to get some great news here pretty quick because they're going to start building it. So I'm excited for him. And actually, whomever is in the line for those Hummers, if I stand correct, they'll start production here very quick, within, I think, a week or two.
Yeah, because Tony was saying that about the electrics. Like, electrics, again, they're on when you're trying to get the You're trying to charge them it's a little more affordable than gas. It's more healthier for the environment. But the main worry is, what if we run out of electricity? Where are we going to fill up? And then he told me that they're building up a bunch. They're going to be building a couple thousand service stations for the EVs and stuff. So, Rudy, again, your heart also resides with VBM. I know they got that big win on Sunday.
Man. So you want to go from cars to basketball. You know what? We miss it dearly. You know, our daughter had 4 years, great 4 years at Veterans High School. Started with Coach Paz and ended with Coach Arnold Torres, who's done a great job with the girls this year as well. We haven't had the chance to go this year due to a couple of circumstances that we're dealing with, but we're going to definitely try and make it to this game. And Coach Torres, if you're hearing this, good luck to you and your girls, man. And let's take revenge on that loss 2 years ago in Victoria, actually in Corpus against Victoria East. You guys got this, man. Starts with the player on the court. Coach, starts with you, man. Let's make this happen. Good luck, y'all.
Lady Chargers picking up another district title. They've been running the show in that 32-5A, and of course, whenever those districts link up, that 29-5A, which has the Flower Bluffs, the Victoria Easts, the CC Vets, when they link up with the 32-5As or the 31-5As, and the Ladyburg North will be taking on Flower Bluff too. So when those two districts meet up, it's a wild showdown.
And again, I'm going to go back to, I've seen this already 4 years in a row. Unfortunately, 3 losses to Flower Bluff, 1 to Victoria East, and we're going to take the win on this one. We got to take the win on this one. It's got to be that. So good luck, girls, on, if I stand correct, this Friday night, 6 o'clock in Victoria.
And we'll talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. I know the Super Bowl was very fun one, of course.
It wasn't
the
my
Chiefs.
Cowboys. We can talk about it.
Who were you rooting for at that?
So, you know what? Honestly, I just want to see a good game. I mean, you're talking about, so we know what the Super Bowl is about. The 2 best teams, you know, they don't get chosen. They earn the right to play in the Super Bowl. And quarterback like Jalen Hurts, and, you know, I can start with him, and to say the least, their coach has done a spectacular job, man. Don't take nothing away from their O-line, because Jalen Hurts could have done it without them. Adding a big weapon like A.J. Brown, this is crazy stuff, man. Their defense is amazing, but like we know, it's either 1 point or 50 points. It don't matter at the end of the game. And when you got a quarterback like Mr. Patrick Mahomes and a tight end like Jason Kelsey and that little Pacheco guy, and how about Mr. 95 on the defense? I mean, they're an all-around stacked team and their legendary coach on their side. I mean, see, let's give them their credit, man. It was a great Super Bowl. Now, Rihanna did a great job.
Yeah, that was an awesome halftime show. But again, and it was a good game too, but just not a good ending.
Well, I'm going to tell you, whether they want to blame it on one play, that one play didn't make the game. I can back you up to right before the half, where somebody fumbled a ball and they took it back for a touchdown. That there could have took it a turn for the game. But hey, at the end of it, like I said, at the end of the game, we could blame it on one play, or it could have been a couple of other drives that could have happened. And if you really saw the play, I saw 2 slight holes. But was it something that you could have let go? Probably wouldn't let it go.
Yeah,
they're just playing, man.
It's an awesome Super Bowl. So again, we'll go back to some of the GMC. Any other final thoughts? Anything customers would like to know that if they're interested in the market for a new vehicle?
So, knowing that we are a GMC Buick dealer and as well Cadillac, our reputation is impeccable. Our service stands far above anybody else's. Just give us a shot, man. I mean, people are looking for those big deals that, 10 years ago were happening. I'm not going to tell you it's going to happen. What I will tell you is come give us a shot. We're going to make this experience a really great one for you, and we'll do the best we can for you to make sure that you become part of Luke Fria's family, the Edge Fria family. Give us a shot.
Rudy Vitudeda, GMC. Thank you for joining us. Guys, we'll come back to wrap this up after this.
Thank you.
Stressed lately? Luckily, South Padre Island has plenty of or maybe you'd rather have some aww. Now that you think about it, it's been a long time since you've had a good how will you ever decide? Choosing what to do on South Padre Island? That's as hard as it gets. Visit SoPadre.com.
Your RGV Vipers are back. Don't miss out on all the action this season at Burt Ogden Arena as we take on South Bay Lakers on Wednesday, February 22nd and Thursday, February 23rd at 7 p.m. Purchase your tickets at www.rgbvipers.com or at the Burt Ogden Arena box office and watch the action live on Somos El Valle Channel 5.3, Cable 1241.
We're the Santa Rosa Warriors, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
We're Rio Grande City, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Rattler, strike!
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
We are the Rainbow Bearcats, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We're San Isidro, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Baby, just listen to me.
Escucha.
Do everything with
Prontísimo.
Out of home business or
Flexible.
Insurance for all your
Barato.
needs. You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing near you? Hello?
Accesible.
Pregúntale a tu agente cómo ahorrar con Pronto, porque más barato, nadie.
We are Burnsville Tarpons, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We're McCallum Memorial Basketball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Today's gonna be a big day on South Padre Island, but what should you do first? A big breakfast with friends sounds pretty good, but you really wanted to paddle out and see the sunrise from the water. Breakfast or boarding or breakfast? How about boarding, then breakfast? That was easy. Choosing what to do on South Padre Island. That's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
Basketball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Traigo 100 kilos de ropa, lo que se me antoja, dinero en el banco. Muchos me andan criticando, pues traigo carrazos que cómo le hago. Tengo aseguro del bueno, pronto y flexible y sale barato. Es mi corrido humilde, que no se te olvide que me ando ahorrando.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
And he throws it down.
Back here to Talkin Sports, about to finish things off here. Of course, thank you for Antonio Lopez and Rudy Vitorera out of Cadillac Buick GMC for joining us, talking some of the deals again. I don't know about you, but that lyric just seemed kind of enticing for me. These final couple things to touch on we don't St. Joseph Academy capturing district and TAPS District 4 5A. Be going on in the postseason. I'll be playing next week. We'll get you a word on that. And the TAPS playoffs around the corner. I know St. Joseph Academy, their season came to an end in basketball last year. Both the girls and boys fell to Houston Second Baptist. Great seasons here. Great season for St. Joseph Athletics here so far for basketball. Soccer still not done. Playoffs just around the corner for Coach Edgar Tavares' squad. Of course, St. Joseph soccer team very loaded with talent with Gladio Torres, Adrian Opozo, Mark Salnania, Diego Salnania, Francisco de la Garza, just a very excellent team. On their way to the postseason, they fell short last year, but they can bring it back. A very tough team. Thank you for everyone here. Also have some softball tournaments that we'll be covering this weekend. The Cal Allen tournament, the PSJ tournament as well as also shout out to Harvest Christian Academy. Moving on to the next round, getting a big win last night in the TAPS 2A playoffs. Boys basketball playoffs will be beginning next week. Girls basketball already in the area around. Of course, Browns of Veterans Memorial will be taking on Victoria East. That's going to do it for us here from Free Cadillac Blue GMC, from Mr. Joe Bowling and everyone else at Real Sports Live. For Rudy Zamripa Jr., I'm Rodriguez saying so long and good night from Free Motors. We'll see you next time here on Real Sports Live.